Hello learners, welcome back on my channel, and today's explanation is based on the chapter The Fight related to English class 8. Let's talk about the introduction of the chapter The Fight. The lesson tells us a story of two boys who were fighting with each other for dominance and became friendly after resolving their differences. Mutual respect and understanding for each other brought them together. Yes. Let's start the summary. Ranji lived in a town in Rajputana desert. Ranji was new to the place in Rajput. He roamed around in the semi-hill station and the nearby forest. His schools were closed. He did not have friends as yet, so he preferred to take a look at the surroundings. The season was hot with dry and parched earth, brown and dry grass, lifeless trees. Everything came to a standstill and waiting for the cool breeze. Ranji wore vest and shorts. The small stream made a pool in the rocks. He was fascinated by the clear water and jumped into it. He was thin and dark. He belonged to an area where only sticky, muddy pools, where buffaloes bathed and women washed clothes. His fondness for swimming did not die. Even the next day, he remained in the water for some time and rested at a smooth yellow rock in the shade of sal tree and kept on doing this. He was observed by another boy, observing him in an unfriendly way. He was older to Ranji. Ranji overlooked him until the boy asked about his identification. Ranji did not expect the unfriendly behavior of the boy. Still, he invited him to swim along. The boy rejected his offer and claimed the pool to be his. The boy tried to scare away him and stood in a commanding position. He said that he was a warrior, to which Ranji replied that he was a fighter. He kept on intimidating Ranji, who was unwilling to surrender. This led them to fight about. Initially, they tried to scare each other away. The boy punched hard on Ranji's face, making him dizzy. They started hitting each other hard and then hold each other's neck. They tumbled over each other. They were exhausted, still no one wanted to surrender before other. Then they put on their clothes and decided to continue the duel the next day. Ranji tried to hide his bruises from his mother but failed to do so. His mother asked him to stay at home for the rest of the day, but he managed to slip away and enjoyed lemonade and jalebis. There he came across his opponent again but refused to acknowledge his presence. The boy still tried to scare away him. The next day, Ranji was rather reluctant to fight as he was tired and exhausted. Yet he was not ready to give up before his adversary. His body was aware of being defeated, still wanted to take up the challenge. He wanted to retain his respect and dignity. Also, he did not want to give up his ownership on the pool. His efforts not to get scared wasted, but he saw his opponent standing. He was rubbing oil on his body, standing on a rock on the other side of the pool. He threw the challenge, which was accepted by Ranji. He asked him to come by swimming across the pool. He thought that Ranji would pant for breath without knowing the expertise of him in swimming. Ranji took off his vest and jumped into the pool by stretching his hands. He dived straight into the water and surfaced without a splash. The boy was fascinated by his dive and asked him to teach him diving. Ranji told him that it was easy by stretching arms and allowing the head to displace his feet. The boy tried but failed miserably. He landed flat on his belly with a splash with crashing sound that scared away the birds. He was asked to practice more. He was also astonished to see that Ranji could swim underwater. Ranji supported him in every failed effort. They made a pact that Ranji would teach him swimming and the boy won't scare him away. He revealed his name and also asked about his strength by stretching out his muscles. Ranji was glad to know his name and also appreciated his build. He declared that one day he would be a pahelwan. He invited him to have food with him and also offered to teach him to be like him. He asked if he could teach him to dive and swim underwater. Ranji was initially yet agreed upon the pact. Suraj showed his honest friendship by putting across his arm around. Ranji responded well to his gesture. Suraj, that boy who was scaring sometime to Ranji, Suraj declared that the pool belonged to both of them. Suraj was rejoicing that moment because he was emerged as the winner. What we can say, the moral of the story. The best solution lies not in fighting, but in helping each other. I hope guys, this explanation will be helpful to understand the chapter, The Fight. It is a nice messaging story. Yes, it is having a message that the solutions are not lying in fighting, but we can find the solution by helping each other. You can check my other videos related to grade 8 English grammar and English literature. The links are flashing on your screen. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.